Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Jordan with the Bet Locker here to bring you another NFL props video for tonight, Thursday Night Football. The Cowboys taking on the Lions. Man, it should be a fun game. I hope, even though the Lions are pretty decimated on offense right now, it should still be some fireworks tonight. So hopefully we get a fun one tonight. But as always, before we dive on in, please like and subscribe. It does help out the small channel a lot. And in my opinion, it does buy yourself some good karma. So NBA prop streets, we cashed 3 nights in a row, and then last night we lost. Finally. Usually happens. I mean, we lost on these videos, but then we went 2-1 with the premiums as well. So if you mixed and matched them, you still basically broke even. Like I broke even last night with how I mixed and matched, luckily. So it happens. I mean, you go on those 2 game win streaks and then you have one night. So looking to get it back here tonight on NFL. So was looking around. Obviously, like I said, the Lions are decimated on offense. Literally every single offensive lineman is questionable for the Lions. Khalif Raymond's already ruled out. Brock Wright is already ruled out. And most likely Amon-Ra wasn't seen at practice again. So, and he has no props at all available. So he most likely is going to be out as well. So, I mean, who does that leave for the Lions? That leaves Goff, Gibbs, Montgomery, Jameson Williams, and then you get the likes of Tesla and this guy right here, Tom Kennedy, and then their tight end. See, I'm stuttering because I don't even know who the heck is deep in their roster. Ross Dwelley. Ross Dwelley, although I was looking at how he played last week, he played 70% of snaps and he got 3 targets. So he got that. Tesla got some targets last week, and they have no choice, but Tom Kennedy is also going to get some targets. And obviously, Jameson Williams is the man, but you just never know what's going to happen, what the Cowboys are going to scheme up, what the Lions are going to scheme up. One thing that I do know, and what I have heard, is they've got no choice, but Gibbs is probably going to be used in the pass game a lot more, which makes a ton of sense. I mean, they have no more room for error. Neither does the Cowboys. I mean, both these teams absolutely cannot lose. Whoever loses tonight, they need multiple losses from multiple teams moving forward to have even a chance at the playoffs. So it's just getting to that time in the season where these teams that are on the cusp absolutely need wins. So both these guys need wins. And while the Lions didn't exactly they had to react last week with Amon-Ra going out in like the second play, right? They had to react. They had to then go out and scheme up stuff with the guys that had left. But now they've had over a week to prepare. Well, exactly a week to prepare without Amon-Ra and without Khalif Raymond and Brock Wright. So they're able to probably scheme up some stuff. Like I said, one of the things that I have heard is they're going to be using Gibbs a lot more in the receiving game. So here's something I wanted to show you, and this is going to lead into our pick, I promise. So receiving, Gibbs is at 40.5 receiving yards. Okay. Rushing, he's at 79.5 rushing yards. You add that together, even with the half yards, that gets you to 120. What was it? 120 on the nose. And if you go to his rushing and receiving yards, it's 125.5. So if you want to get that over, you basically need 6 extra yards somewhere. And that doesn't sound crazy, I know. And last time we even said this theory about whoever we were talking about, probably the same guy, honestly. He hit it easily, right? But just as an insurance and just to be somewhat on the smart side, I mean, you with these books and with these line makers and everything, they're already too perfect, right? So you got to be somewhat on the feel like you're outsmarting them a little bit. That's how I feel. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking his receiving yards in one of my parlays, and then I'm going to be taking his rushing yards in one of my parlays. So both of those can hit, but you're also buying yourself 6 extra yards somewhere, and that could come into play whether it be on the rushing side or the receiving side. Now, excuse me, I am going to say, though, I do like his receiving prop a lot more. It opened at 37.5, which would have been really nice to get. Maybe it was 36.5. Either way, now it's all the way up to 40 because I think the news is coming out that they have no choice, but they're going to be using him more in the receiving game, which he has played out of the slot a little bit. You did see last week after Amon-Ra went out, they played David Montgomery in the backfield, and then Gibbs was lined up as receiver. So maybe scheme up a lot of screen passes or just passing in general. But either way, with how decimated the Lions are, I think he's going to be having to catch the ball a little bit more. So I like his more than receiving yards there. Like I said, I'm going to be doing insurance wise. I'm not going to be taking rushing and receiving yards combined. I'm going to be taking one with receiving yards. I'm going to take another with his rushing yards, just in case, however way it breaks. And depending on what your other pick is, you have a chance to hit both regardless. So that's really good. Okay. Now, on the Cowboys side, I really like. So, if you're on pick 6, then the obvious pick is just to take CeeDee Lamb over, that free pick of over half a receiving yard, right? But they do make it so you have to do 3 picks. So, if you're going to do that, I'm feeling generous today. I'm going to give you a bonus. I would probably go with a receptions, and I would go with a Ross Dwelley over 1.5 receptions. Now, here's why. He did play over 70% of snaps, so it looks like he did take over the starting role for tight end. He's really good at pass blocking. He also was running routes, and he also had 3 targets. So, with the type of pressure that Cowboys can create, which I know that they're going to hopefully be preparing for, they might be using him as that little kind of like a Michael Mayer on the Raiders, how he does those little out routes to try and get those first downs, especially if that pressure is coming on 3rd down. And then he could be that outlet guy for sure on a little out route. So I think that his over 1.5 receptions is looking really well. And you would pair that with CeeDee Lamb with the free pick. Now, that's just a bonus for everyone here. But I also really do like, if you're not going to take the free pick, or if you want something else besides the free pick, because that's really easy to take. I'm still liking CeeDee Lamb receiving yards a little bit more than Pickens receiving yards. Now, they're almost the exact same. CeeDee Lamb needs 1 extra yard, right? But the Lions play about 50% of the time they play man defense, and historically, especially throughout this season, Lamb has played better against the man than Pickens has, whether it be the play calling, whatever, however to get open, whatever the facts may be. Lamb has gotten the more yards and receptions, the more targets in man defense this season over George Pickens. So I'm just going to roll the die. I mean, having said that, Pickens has been a really favorite target for Dak lately. So either way you go, you kind of feel like you're rolling the dice, whether it be Pickens or Lamb. I'm going to take what I see on the stat sheets, and I see that Lamb is better technically against man defense. And so I think that he might get a few extra targets this game for sure if the Lions are still doing that. So I still like his over receiving yards. Like I said, though, I kind of really like the receptions for Ross Dwelley instead. So however you want to play that, get that free pick with CeeDee Lamb and then take Ross Dwelley. Or, later in your other picks, if you do multiple, I like CeeDee Lamb over George Pickens tonight. And honestly, I know everyone, and here's another little bonus for all the support. And if you've stayed this long, I really truly appreciate it. Give you another little bonus of everything I was looking at this morning. Jameson Williams, he's going to be their number 1 receiver for the Lions tonight. He could just get there because he could just get there on volume alone if he gets 15 targets tonight. But Dallas in a must-win situation, I think he's going to have a really big-time shadow, and I think they're going to force them. They're going to get pressure on Goff, which he has been atrocious against really good pressure this season. And if you get pressure, and if you just basically shadow Jameson Williams all night, it forces your hand to go somewhere else. And that, whether that be Gibbs getting everything, which is totally fine, we want that, or you have to go to Tom Kennedy, Isaac TeSlaa, or the tight ends, or run it more with David Montgomery. Either way, we've seen this a lot. If they only have one player left, which they technically don't, but they only have one receiver left, really, and you shut him down, you make them beat you elsewhere. That's just my feeling. So if you're not feeling CeeDee Lamb over yards, I kind of like Jameson Williams under receiving yards, and I like those receptions for Ross Dwelley. So that's it, guys. Thanks so much for the support. Like I said, some bonus picks there. I usually don't do that because, but I do have other premium picks posted right now on our thebetlocker.com. So that's why I was just feeling generous in these videos for sure. And yeah, so have the premiums posted already at thebetlocker.com. And here's a little sneak peek of the free prop section when you do visit the homepage. And I have those 2 picks posted, CeeDee Lamb and Jahmyr Gibbs. And when you do join thebetlocker.com, you get everything that we have. We got our locker picks, DFS cheat sheets, prop bets for NFL and NBA, and our daily picks, which are already posted as well. And you'll see who we like in this game and in an NBA game tonight as well. And then obviously free picks and access to our Discord channel. All that dirt cheap price, $6.99 a week or $19.99 a month, basically 2 weeks free if you buy the month. So that's it, as cheap as possible to win together and go get the premiums right now. And then, as always, our Discord channel is so fun to be a part of that community as well. And yeah, that's it, guys. I cash those tickets tonight. I don't know why I'm stumbling. I guess I just I really want to cash those NFL tickets tonight because I feel like it's going to be a really fun game. So I'll be taking a lot of prop bets tonight. And if you want to come join me in Discord, come on over and join me, and I will give you everything I have to offer. I remember. Plus, so much college football is coming up, and the best games are coming up for college football. Our college experts are going to be giving away picks on those like crazy. And we already have our picks lined up for this weekend for those championship games. I can't wait. It's going to be a fun weekend to bet on college football. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for the support. Like and subscribe on your way out. I really do truly appreciate it. And let's cash those tickets tonight. All right. We'll see you guys. Hey.